AMPHL was actually the second organization, per se, that I helped get going. When I was in vet school, somehow people were finding out by name, since I had a severe to profound hearing loss, was using amplified stethoscopes, FM systems, needed assistance in the classroom, preferential seating, sitting up front, asking the teachers to rephrase questions. So I guess my name got out there somehow, and people, other students, either in medical school, veterinary school, or wannabe students, were emailing me, finding me somehow. And a lot of them were asking the same questions over and over and over. How do I use a stethoscope? Can I become a veterinarian? Can I become a physician? How do you deal with communication over the telephone? A lot of the same basic questions. And because of that, I established a electronic listserv. Back then there wasn't Facebook or Instagram or anything like that. And the listserv was called NOISE, which stands for Network for Overcoming Increased Silence Effectively. And what that did is it became a community of people to help support each other, ask those questions, became a hive mind situation. And that was in about 1997. Shortly after that, some of the people I had connected with were in the Harvard area, Boston, Massachusetts. And they invited me to come to a meeting of the Society for Hearing Impaired Physicians called SHIP, to talk about noise, what it is, and let their members know about its existence and how it could help them. So I made arrangements from Columbus, Ohio, to go to Boston, and my friend that I had met on noise, Kim Dodge, a veterinary student, said, I wanted to meet you, this sounds fun, I'm gonna come too. So her and I had a good time. We explored Boston, and we went to this meeting at Harvard, and we met some people there, Kate Salvador, Chris Moreland, Jason Sobel, Frank Hockman. Frank Hockman was the leader of SHIP. Gave him my presentation about noise, and met some nice people. Had a good time, talked with them. This was the first time that I had met people in person who understood what I was going through in vet school. The logistical difficulties, the emotional frustrations, the feelings of isolation. And what I found out is, while the electronic listserv noise was wonderful, it wasn't quite the same as having met people and being able to see them face to face and put faces to the names. And when I flew home from Boston on that trip, I actually cried because this was the first time that I felt really understood. Despite my wonderful support from my family and my friends and even the vet school, it's different when you've been through it yourself or going through it yourself. So I contacted Frank Hockman back, the leader of SHIP, and asked him if he was willing to expand his organization to include other medical professions, veterinarians, also nurses. That was kind of pretty much the three that we were dealing with at the time: veterinarians, physicians, and nurses. He said no, unfortunately. And so I wasn't about to let that stop us. So I contacted some of the people that I had met, and either in person at Boston or through the electronic listserv, and said, let's get an organization going. Let's formalize this. The need is there.